It is two indicators in one. Kind of. And happy Monday, traders. It is the Indicator Profile series, and today we have the Advanced Trend Pressure Indicator. Another quirky one, which I like. I really like being able to bring these to you because you guys know how it is. So many of these start to look the same over time. And at the end of the day, that doesn't even matter. How it performs in our system is what really matters, but it's still nice to bring some of these things to you every once in a while. Now, before we get into the ATP, let's get into this. Just so you know, if you're new and you found this channel for the first time, you have struck gold. This is the premier indicator channel in all of YouTube. Always was, will always be, but we do things a certain way, we talk a certain way, and that sucks because you're not going to understand it all. So please go to nononsenseforex.com, read the first page, watch the first video, get yourself caught up. It will be worth it. For those of you who are caught up, let's get into the ATP indicator specs. The year is going to be 2011. So this is a .LUA indicator, which is very near and dear to my heart because I used to trade the FXCM platform, and those are the indicators we had. Now, this was transferred over to MT4 by somebody. I'm sure the blog will tell you who. But I had to find somebody on Google and pay them to transfer all of my LUA indicators over because I've never seen those indicators since. Now, I couldn't even tell you who that person was. This was 8-9 years ago. But it just goes to show that if you do a search, you can probably find somebody out there who is willing to transfer any indicator from one language to another. You just got to do a bit of digging. I can't do everything for you. Now, the type is going to be a confirmation indicator. Subtype is going to be both a 2 lines cross and a 0 cross. You can do either one. Really interesting. I'll show it to you in a minute. And as far as exit indicators go, I just haven't messed around with it enough to be able to tell you whether I personally think it could be an exit indicator or not. You're just going to have to make that distinction for yourself. So let's go ahead and get into it. I will show you the version that has both on there, and then we'll clean it up a bit. So as you can see here, you have a 0 cross at the bottom. When price crosses and closes above the 0 line, that's going to be your signal to go long. And all the same, once you get these 2 lines crossing together, in this particular case, you're going to want to look at the green. When the green crosses and closes above, that is also your signal to go long. Now, I don't have a crosshair on here, but what you will notice is every time one gives you a signal, the other gives you a signal at the exact same time. So all the inputs are the same. But you can just choose which one of these do you think is the most clear to you. Now, I think the 0 cross is clear myself. So in this example, we're just going to show you that. There's a setting on this indicator that can give you both or either one, and the blog tells you how to do that. But this is what we're going to roll with for now. And just so you know, conversely, when the line crosses and closes below the 0 line, that is going to be your signal to go short. So pretty easy. Nothing we haven't seen before, just with different mathematics behind it and the option to give yourself a 0 cross or a 2 lines cross, which is pretty cool. But it is mainly the results we are after here, so let's go ahead and get into those. Before we do that, just know, it doesn't matter what I show you, good or bad. It all matters how it performs in your system. You must test this yourself, no questions asked. Now, we help you out with this, so down below, I'm going to give you a link to my automation blog that has an embedded video on how to test this yourself on the MT4 strategy tester. As always, you get the blog that gives you everything, including the tweak settings that we don't show you here in the video, so that's going to be important. Dan's YouTube channel from Stonehill Forex, that is the secondary, I can never think of the word, supplemental video to what you see here. So if you like what you see here, go watch Dan's video right after this. You also get his email address to where you can submit an indicator for yourself to be shown on the Indicator Profile series. And as always, a place to go download this indicator and every indicator we have profiled on this show yourself. So without further ado, let's go ahead and look at the results for the ATP Advanced Trend Pressure Indicator, starting with the EURUSD. And I am sorry, Forex traders, this ain't it. Again, this isn't awful, maybe worth testing, but we have certainly shown you better indicators than this on the daily. And on the 4-hour, it was just so bad that we couldn't even make it positive. We haven't seen this in a while, but I've certainly seen this before. Now, sometimes you just can't get blood out of a rock, and that was the case here. Speaking of rocks, let's look at gold, where we see a marked improvement. Nice high win-loss ratio. Manageable amount of trades, depending on how often you do like to trade. And good results here and down here as well. Over to the S&P. This is pretty strong, actually. I'm not mad at this total. I really like this total down here on the 4-hour. And good strong win-loss ratios to boot. Just kind of depends on what type of indices trader you are. You might be interested in this one. And as far as crypto traders go, I don't think you're going to be interested in this one. Now, those numbers aren't bad, but we've certainly shown you much better. And I would say if you would line all the indicators we have shown you here, front to back, and ranked them in terms of results, this is certainly going to be on the lower end as far as Bitcoin goes. So it's going to be another one of those episodes where we have an indicator that does well on certain instruments and not so well on others. It just depends on what you like to trade. But we were happy to show this one to you, and we will keep showing you a lot of things, including the Trading Psychology podcast every Monday, the Indicator Profile series every Wednesday, blog every Thursday, and the 10-Minute Contrarian Investing podcast every Saturday. We got you covered, traders, investors, all of you. Don't miss a thing, and go get it.